Right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Brene Flanoy popping in, getting ready to paint with you live. Ooh, there's so many things to paint. Let me show you a couple of things that we're thinking of cooking up. And once I figure out how to do a poll for both audiences, then I'll make sure I do that. You know what? I forgot. I don't have all the lights on. And it makes a difference. This is kind of yellowed out until I turn on a little bit more light. Well, let me turn on one more over here. And I really don't want to do a bunch of yapping, but you know I can. This girl can talk, all right? But I also throw the paint around. Let me make sure that this is flipped around here the right way. Hoping everybody's well this morning. Let's see. Here we go. I think we're okay. Yep, I think we're okay. Oh, let me put these glasses on. Okay, I don't even know why I thought I could even come on here without them. So let me show you a couple quick things, and I'll get on down here to paint. We painted this little cutie yesterday. All right, look at there. We painted, I don't know what you want to call her, but we were going to adjust the little lipstick. The lipstick is a little off, just like just like in real life. All right, so I am going to set this one back down because we're going to paint this one today. I just want to show you some things that I already have painted. Okay, now this is right now I'm painting on paper. Now I could paint acrylic. You will see me do some acrylic coming up. We're almost on winter break, y'all. We yet holding on, and the babies are too. So I will be painting a little bit of acrylic and a little bit of watercolor on paper. And when I say paper, let me pull off what I'm talking about. This is the fancy pants paper that I'm talking about. Okay, just plain old cardstock that you can get from, anywhere. So that's what is that, 65-pound cardstock. And look for some of these little cuties. I made videos before, but this year instead of acrylic, I may do this in watercolor. Now I did a collab with the lovely Miss Ronita on this painting last year. You may see that come up again because there's nothing wrong with redoing some of the paintings, especially since we're not like viral. We're not viral yet. We're working on it though. So now this is another little cutie. I don't know if I have it in my freebie folder. Now I may have rotated that one out, so I can rotate that one back in. This is another little cutie pie, just something sweet, simple, easy to paint. This is another adorable one. I put this in a little package just because sometimes when I pack up my examples to take to a paint party, I don't want them to get all scuffed up like I have done in the past. So if people want to hold it, touch it, look at it, then they can do that. This is a simple pine tree. It could be, of course, a festive Christmas tree, but winter is coming. Now, this is one of my favorite, y'all. I am a fine art girl with a fun art heart, okay? Now, this is one of my all-time faves right here. This is one of my all-time faves. I'm going to say my little winter gnome. Okay, my little winter gnome is just adorable. All right. So you may or may not see this done in watercolor again, since we are in a watercolor era. Now, enough about that. Let's move this on. If I remember, I will bring this back up at the end. But this is what we painted yesterday. A lovely little cutie that needs a little bit of makeup adjustment, but we're going to keep on going. All right. All right. Officially, I am Brene Flanoy. I'm an art teacher by day. I love painting portraits, fine arts trained, certified by the state of Indiana. I've been doing this thing here, certified 22, coming up on 23 years. And I'm looking to press my button over here. So hold on just a second. So yeah, we've been doing this for a moment, but I love doing it. I love teaching. I love painting. All right, so we've got our water. Might need a little bit more, but I keep my water in a container. Now I know it looks horrible, but when all the colors get mixed together, they turn this little muddy, neutral kind of brown. But my water is clear. Rest and believe, trust and believe that is the case. I don't like my brushes to sit in a bunch of water, but I do want that water there. So just a little quick technical note. I am using praying. This is what we use in my class. I'm going to pop this color out. If you can find these sets, especially if you paint with a lot of people, let me show you. See how much paint is in there? Look at there. That's a lot of paint. If you can find them, get them. I've started that this past year, and it has been successful. It's been easy to paint on the paper. It's easy for people to do. Now, what did I do with my printout? I put it down with everything else. Okay, we are ready to get started. Now, I said that. Here it is right here. Oh, Lord, somebody go get my coffee off the counter, please. Let me turn the music back up a little bit, and we're ready to rock and roll. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining. We're ready to rock and roll. Now, let me click the right thing here. Let me make sure you guys can see over my shoulder. Let me bring you in close. All right. Once I get enough followers, then I could just have like one platform. But right now, we have to do what we have to do. All right, let me switch over to my paint cam. Let me add that actually. All right, so my paint cam is added, and I don't like it because, well, we tried a new camera last week, but it messed up the audio so bad. No, I just want myself, hold on. Let me get myself out of there. All right, we're in there. So it messed up the audio so bad till last Thursday. I went back to check the video. There was absolutely no sound, okay? But the camera quality was better than my document cam. Now, my document cam is not too bad. The only thing is that if I get in and out of here, the light fluctuates so badly. All right, so let's go. Let's go. All right. I think I'm going to start off with the background. I love the wet on wet in the background. Let's adjust that. Great. So now, because this is cardstock, it doesn't like a lot of water. My watercolor paper, I may have to get a thinner one, but the thick watercolor paper won't run through my printer. But this is good. This is economical. So I'm going to start over here. And I'm just going to throw down a bunch of water. Oh, I need to add more water in here. This part I move pretty fast on. And you just want to go around here just to eliminate the white. That's what I like to do. That's the whole point of this back here, is to fill in the sky quickly without a bunch of hassle. And my brush might be a little bit too big for the job, but I just didn't want to get all fussy with it. All right. Now, if I have too many errors along the edge, I can go back and kind of clean those up with a little bit of acrylic once this totally dries. Now I'm coming back around here. Wherever the water goes, and my kiddos love this, is kind of where the paint is going to go. Rarely will it seep outside of that line that you pre-drew with that water. Okay. So it's kind of fun. The kids like it because it's like an invisible writing, like an invisible ink kind of thing. And I love it when they tell me that the technique works for them, especially when they go home over the summer on a break. One little baby came back and told me after the summer, "Oh, I did what you said about my skin color, and it worked." Yes, girl, it works. Because she actually did a great job during the class. And it's wonderful when they go home and they see that what that crazy old art teacher is saying, it works. And I let them know I'm always learning and trying things too. And they're tickled that when I say, "You know what? I never thought of that before. Would you mind if I share that with the class?" Oh my goodness, honey, they beam with such joy. And I understand. So we're getting this background out of the way because I just like to sometimes see what the colors will look like against the background. And if I need to adjust the background, I will. But most of the time, not. All right. Now I'm moving through here, like I said, with my brush just a little bit larger than maybe what it should be. This is a 1/2 inch. You might want to go with a 1/4 inch. But in a couple moments, we've got the background done, and then we're ready to add the details. Okay, so let me just hold this up here so that you can see it's not an intense background. It's just kind of light, wintry, and airy. Oh my goodness, somebody's giving me some hearts over there. Child, bless you, thank you. Listen, my winter break is coming soon. Eventually, I'm going to have my iPad in front of me so that I could see what some of these other comments are. Oh, bless you, thank you. Let me keep moving. See, that's why I tell the kids don't talk while they're creating so they can focus. This is a visual problem right here. Now I'm going right on in with the red. It may leave a few marks because I didn't wet the paper. All right. And I'm in my watercolor era right now. I love acrylic paints. I'm really an oil paint girl. But right now, the ease and joy of this watercolor, it's easy for the kids to use, easy for adults to use too. And it's fun. And guess what? I may need to do a little bit more research, but a lot of royalty and some of the presidents, they are into art and they enjoy sketching with the watercolor. And artists would go out and it's easy to carry around, right? It's not bulky with the easel and a huge palette and all of that. While I have this red on here, I'm just going to do a little bit more modeling, a little bit of shading. And so, you know what? We will finish this tomorrow. I'm glad we got started today. All right. Let's do a little bit more right here. And I'm going to put some right here. All right. So I hope you see a little bit of that shading, just taking a little bit of time, thinking a little bit about where the light is coming from, and then you keep going. All right. Thank you. Oh, that's my alarm telling me it's almost time to wrap this up. So let me clean out my brush. Do I want the coat to be the same? I can. It won't be hard to do. Let's get in here and just go ahead and make the coat the same color. And I'm just going to take my brush that has too much paint, and I'm just going to kind of wiggle it along that line right here. And quickly, because that water soaks in, and where it soaks in, it's going to be a little bit darker, but you can come right back and add a little bit more paint. Okay. Now, I should have put my 8x10 line around like a coloring book page so that you know where to stop. Now, this is art with a little bit of help. And it's okay to have help. Art with Tracy, I call it art with training wheels. Until you learn what to do with a blank page. And there will be some of these I will show you how to do a portrait. Give you a few easy tips. All right, now we went out of the line for that one. Okay, let's see how much time we have. Oh, we still have a couple more minutes. So let's go on in here and work on this face. These are really fun, light, easy paintings to do, okay? Hello, thank you. All right, now I should, and I know better. Let me go ahead and wet this area a little bit so then what happens is now I'm not the science girl, all right? When you give this paper a little bit of water to drink first, it won't suck in the color as quickly. The color will float on top and gives you a little bit more mixing time. That's all that is. That's all this art girl is going to do, delve into science, baby. That's it. So I am giving my paper a little bit of water to drink, and then here we go. And it's going to happen really fast here. All right. And I don't want to rub too much. Ooh. Just hold on. Trust the process. Trust the process. Don't want to rub too much because, like I said, with this not being watercolor paper, it's a little bit more sensitive. Okay. Now it's really soaking in right there. All right. So we're going with, as you see, a chocolate Miss Claus. You could do peachy, you could do caramel, you could do whatever one you want to do. Let me hurry up. Wow. Hold on. I can't say anything right now. I gotta move this brush. Hold on. Okay, because if it stands right there, even though we gave the water, the paper something to drink, it's going to stand there and soak it in. All right. Oops, right here. Let me hurry up. Shh, everybody be quiet. Everybody stop all that talking. Oop, let's hurry up. And I'm just going back in here just with a little water to blend out what I already have and add a little bit more paint over here. Now see, that helps make it come alive real fast. All right. And I want to get the brown on there before I get any of the black on, because when you put the black paint on here, it tends to want to move about. And the black is the strongest value. It's highly pigmented here. So, baby, if it gets rehydrated, it's ready to move around and socialize a little bit. We get a little bit of water right here. And then tomorrow, we just worry about a few details. Now, if I stayed after class, I could probably work on a few things. But today, Shaniqua's got to go, honey. I got to get out of here. And it's funny when the kids say, well, who's Shaniqua? It's me. Is your name really Shaniqua? No. I just call myself Shaniqua. Because if a certain wonderful singer that we all love has an alter ego, I figured I could get mine too. So mine is Shaniqua Louise, in case you wanted to know. Okay. I'm Shaniqua Louise. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint the whole lip this color, and then I can come back and make it darker. I just wanted to get something on there. Excuse me, I have to sneeze here. Excuse me. Oh boy. Oh, that's 6:58. Yep, we're going to do a hard fast probably 7:02 stop. Because I've gotten started on these lips, and y'all know I just... Now, as I'm moving the color around, I'm just trying to use the very tip of the brush. All right. Okay, so let me clean that out. I see just a little smidge of this brown that I want to get in, because I don't like to leave the white of the paper unless it's like a highlight or something like that. So we're going right here. Okay, because now I can end. Otherwise, oh my goodness, that's going to haunt me. I got to get that out of there. Now look, we could probably just go ahead. Let me see, that's 6:59. In 2 more minutes, probably finish the eyes up. Let me do that. And then we'll just have like a white here at Mrs. Claus. I'm taking 2 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to get out of here because I really don't have much to do. And I like the one and done. Wait a minute. Let me get the right brush. So I'm going to go in here with my little black. And that's going to make everything come to life. Right? And like I said, it doesn't take long. Just need a few little tips. That's all. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Honey, I looked on there and I said 500 videos. Who did 500 videos? But some of those are those shorts. Probably half are the shorts. But we've been doing this for a minute. And then my kids look, Miss Renee, you don't have very many followers. You know what? It's probably just as well because I need to make a lot of mistakes first. Don't want everybody looking at me over here yet. But hopefully soon we will get going. I am going to just dim that down just a little bit. That's 7 up and down. See, look, we got this thing right away. Okay, I'm just dimming that down just a bit so the white of the highlight comes through. So I'm trying to make sure that the white inside of the eyes is grayed out just a little bit. Okay? You may not see the subtlety through the camera, but that helps make the other highlight pop. And I'm trying not to get too much black. So down here, trying to lift up whatever little pigment I have. All right, let's see if you can see that. See, look at this camera. See, I am so upset with, because it's all blued out over here, okay? So let me see if you can see some of the subtlety. What a little cutie pie. All right, so that's 701. Let me show you another little tip right here. I'm gonna, let me clean out the brush. All right, let's do that. Let's start with that. I am going to add just a little bit of blue around here. I could add a little bit of gray. I'm going to try to pick up a little bit of that brown that I made a mistake on right there. Okay. I am going to go back and just touch that black, and I know it's too much, so let me dab it over here. Let's see, I'm going to be upset. Look at that. Let's see. Okay, that's not too bad. Just to get rid of some of that white, because it doesn't need to be that white. And I wish that I hadn't made that serious blue mistake over there, but guess what? We're going to make it work for us. And we're going to add that right on down in here like we're supposed to. Like we're supposed to be there. Okay. And here we go. We're just doing our silver fox right here. Okay. Let's see if you could see the rhyme and the reason behind that. And I think we're pretty much there. I want a little bit of this. I keep reaching for the wrong brush. I keep forgetting this one. I haven't broken that one in. Okay, because I'm like, oh, y'all, where did I put my brush? We're going to add just a little bit of blue right here. And I made a little mistake going over the line right there. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Now, all right, even the music is telling me, get off of here. All right. It's just a couple of points right around here that I just can't stop. All right, we are stopping right now. I'm going to add just a little bit of this blue down here around here. Let me get a little bit of red to go with that. Right around here. So that's that shadow. Okay. That's that shadow, and that makes things look a little more lifelike, and it pops out a little bit. All right, we are leaving it alone. Leaving it alone. Let's see. Let me come back to you over here. Let me remove. Okay, here we are. We are done. It's 7:04. I took 4 extra minutes. Now, once this dries, then I may decide that it needs another coat. Okay. And I really don't want to get off the air without going in here. Look at there. I need to kind of knock that down a little bit. So I may spend 2 minutes on it tomorrow to finish it up, just for some of the subtleties, because where the pigment remained in a puddle, the water kept soaking down into the paper. So that's what that's about. But sometimes I don't know what it really looks like until it's dry. So once it dries up a little bit, that's the difference between the watercolor and the acrylic. The acrylic, you still want to see it when it's dry. But right here, once it's dry, it probably won't look as, what do you call it, modeled. And I might want to come in this lips and add a few more little dark points. Okay. get up in here. But yeah, for right now, this is 7:05. This is Brene Flournoy. I want to thank you so much for joining me in my art studio. Um, right now for December, I will be here Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 6:40 to 7 a.m. And sometimes we have a little after class over on the TikTok. All right. But right now, we're getting off. We're going to give you your time back. Have an amazing day. I invited you into my studio to share some of my art joy with you. Whatever your specialty is, whatever God has given you as your gifting, and we have lots of gifts. Share it. Share it. Share it. Pack extra today because somebody may have forgotten theirs at home or they lost it on the road. Road rage took it out. So give them some joy. Give them some grace. Lord, I thank you for the grace. All right, let me sign off over here. Oh, it looks like we have a couple comments on here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at those hearts over there. My goodness. Let me read these comments. Hello. Oh, that's Miss Delencia, bless you. I'm about to get off of here. Peace to you. You are amazing. You keep spreading your joy and light because that's what we need. Okay. And this holiday season, it brings out the best in some, it brings out the worst in others, and it brings out the melancholy sadness, for a lot of us that have people to go on. But it's been years and years and years. So most of the time now I think about the joy. But baby, the day after Thanksgiving, why your girl up in here in tears? Why your girl up in here in tears? But I am so grateful. And this little life goes fast. So you might as well enjoy some of the joys along the journey, right? So I'm sharing my joy with you. So check all the links wherever the links are, okay? Because I do have some things going on, all right? Paint Party directory. If you're a paint party business owner, get in there. I have a free tier and I have a paid tier. At least join the free tier because we know times are a little bit crazy. In wintertime, some of the businesses kind of recalibrate. So get in there, and then I'm going to be pushing that paint party directory out. And then I have the art room. The art room is open. You may or may not find this design in there. Okay. But we're going to have, when I tell you, I don't want to overbear you or inundate you with too many designs, but I want the art room to paint at least one design a week. I'm only going to have the month of December open. Then that ends, and I'm going to have the month of January. I'm just going to have the month available because I want you to get in there and utilize what's there, but not be overwhelmed with what's coming because maybe it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. So there are going to be some bonuses in there for those that want more things. But for those of you that are like, you know what, girl, 3 times a week with you for 20 minutes is more than enough. I understand because this is a whole lot. I just want you to enjoy the creative process. Oh, you're struggling? I want to show you a few tips. But guess what? I'm always learning too. Honey, Shanique, baby, when I tell you, Shaniqua Louise makes a lot of mistakes, but I know how to bounce back from a lot of them as well because it's a piece of paper, it's a canvas, it's some paint. Okay, but sometimes when some are so devastated, it's because they're really dealing with something else. And watching paint parties happen. What I'm doing is I'm looking in the camera, waiting for this to dry out a little bit because when we get off this camera, I might need to do a little bit more. Okay. But anyway, this is after class. We're wrapping this up. I thought, honey, I'm sitting here. Honey, YouTube should have been going a long time ago because after class is a TikTok. All right. Peace to you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Lord, please let me hit the right button because right now I'm not doing the right button. Okay. So we're going to work on hitting the right button over here. And then I want you to have a great day as well. All right. Let's see if we can lean you up in here. I don't know what you're seeing, but here we go. There we go. All right. Peace to you. Share your joy with somebody today. Okay.